The most frequent comment I get on my YouTube videos is, what is your machine? Where can I get it? Right? And although that's quite flattering, I really love my machine. Um, and I've been working with it for the last 12 years, ever since I bought it. Um, it's also a bit frustrating simply because of the fact that it's a one-off machine. And I can't say, oh yeah, this is the machine. Here's where you can buy it, right? So these people, I can't really help them. Yeah, if they're invariably, I think people are interested in, they see the video that I've made, and they see this is possible with this kind of machine. Where can I get this machine, right? And so I can't really help them. Um, but because these are the kind of videos I've been making now, ever since I kind of got into this YouTube thing. I thought it'd be interesting to do this kind of video where I'm talking. I know it's not typical of the videos I make. I like to make project videos where I'm not even doing a voiceover, and I'm certainly not in front of the camera except for my hands. But I thought it would be nice to do this kind of thing in order to kind of answer people's questions regarding CNC routers and CNC technology. Also because the shop I work for here, we're looking to buy a new machine anyways. In hopefully this year. Fairly soon, we're moving into a new space, and at that time, when we have more space, we're looking to get a new machine. In that regard, I went to a trade fair in Hanover about 1.5 months ago. It's called the Ligna. It's the biggest trade fair of its kind, so for woodworking machinery, and it only happens once every 2 years because it's so big. And that was quite revealing, I thought, because first of all, I'd never been to this trade fair, and it's enormous. It's much bigger than the trade fair area in Hanover. Hanover is a trade fair town. It's much bigger than the trade fair area here in Berlin, which is also fairly big. But Hanover is huge, and so right away I went to the information desk and asked them, like, which hallway should I go to to look at CNC routers? And they said, what's a CNC router? They didn't know what a CNC machine is, right? And that surprised me, and that repeated itself. In the next hallway, I went to the next information desk, exactly the same answer. They were quite helpful, but they just honestly didn't know what a CNC machine is. And yeah, I thought that was quite revealing. I think, CNC technology, it's one of these things that is, it's actually omnipresent in manufacturing, but if you don't use it, you don't know what it is really. I think that's fairly true, and I'm not sure exactly why it is. You have these other technologies, for example, 3D printing, which is, most people kind of have an idea what a 3D printer is. They've heard of the term. It's way overhyped, even though it's not nearly as helpful as or useful as CNC routers or CNC machining technology. But CNC routers, CNC woodworking on YouTube is one of these things. There are lots of very good videos and people giving lots of information, but there are also videos that are, to a certain degree, misleading. I don't know exactly how long ago, half a year, 8 months ago, something like that, Matthias Wandel did this video about why he's never going to own a CNC router, or why he doesn't want to. Which is one of these kind of typical YouTube woodworker videos, which is kind of nasal gazing, right? Gazing, right? They're just talking about themselves, which it's not wrong. Matthias Wandel was certainly very honest in this video. You know, he said, this is my opinion. It's with regards to why I don't need it. But also he was saying things like the fact that he doesn't want a CNC router because it's loud and noisy, which is laughable. I mean, woodworking machinery is by definition almost loud and noisy. You know, table saw, planer, you name it, they're all loud and also dusty. That was the other thing, loud and noisy, loud and dusty. And if you, the dust extraction with a CNC router is more difficult, simply because with a table saw the material is moving through the cutter, through the blade, whereas with the CNC router the cutter is moving, so the dust extraction has to be attached to a moving machine, right? So it's more complicated, but if it's done right, it's fine. It's the dust is collected by the dust extraction system, and you're good to go, right? Anyhow, so I think in that spirit, I could try to do videos that help people who are looking to buy CNC machinery, or perhaps people who have bought a machine and are looking for help. I had the most interesting conversation at the trade fair in Hanover that I had was actually with the people who make the software that I use, which is VCarve. The company is called Vectric, and the software that I use is VCarve Pro. I think that if you're using a CNC router, perhaps one of the most important things is to have good software. If you have good software, then it makes it just much easier. Obviously, you have to use a computer to control the CNC router. That's the interface you have with the machine. And if the software is good, it makes the experience much easier, right? And that's been my experience with VCarve on the whole. It's been on the whole really positive. It's an easy software for me to use, and I've taught several people how to use my machine using the software, and that's a very frictionless process. It'll take an hour or two, and they can use the machine. Obviously they can't do everything in this time. To use a machine in a CNC router in a really in-depth way to get all of the knowledge takes days and weeks. Really, it's not a matter of hours. But with the software, it certainly makes it easier. And we were talking about machinery, and I broached the subject that I was looking to get a new machine, and then we were talking about which machines, and I said it's probably going to be one from China. And they were talking about the fact that the CNC machinery in America is quite different from how it is in Europe. So in America, there's this other kind of category in between the desktop machines and the high-end machines, right? So you have the desktop machines, you have the high-end machines, which cost hundreds of thousands, and then there's this kind of category in between, which is these are professional machines, professional size machines, but they don't cost an arm and a leg, right? They're still expensive, obviously. 20K, 30K in that ballpark, or very often now under 20K. But that's a category that's been around for quite some time in America, and these machines are also American made. They're not necessarily from China, right? And they were saying this category doesn't really exist in Europe very much at all. In Europe, you kind of have these, either you have desktop machines, or you have the very expensive, mostly very big machines, which cost a lot of money for big shops, for big carpentries or wood shops, right? And kind of nothing in between. This is interesting. This was interesting for Vectric simply because I think they, that this category in between was very much their market, right? a lot of the high-end machines, they come with their own software. Whether or not it's any good is another question, but they come with their own software, and Vectric has a hard time convincing the manufacturers that that they could do the software for them too. So yeah, and I was looking at the Chinese manufactured machines at the trade fair, possibly because of the tariffs that have been proposed or come into effect in the last half year. The market it's very much a buyer's market at the moment. That there was, I think actually all of the Chinese machines that I actually looked at which was the size. So the size I'm interested in is basically for a machine that has a cutting area that is the size of a normal sheet of plywood. So 4x8 for Americans, or 1 meter 25 by 250 meter, 2.5 meters for a European, for metric. That should be the cutting area of the machine. I don't need a huge machine simply because the new shop space we're moving into isn't going to be huge. It's still going to be a limited space, so I don't want a huge machine. And these machines that I was looking at the trade fair, they were machines this size. They had vacuum tables, they had tool changers, yeah, and these machines were all priced almost exactly the same at around 10,000 euros, which is amazing. That's an excellent price. These are all Chinese machines. So so I've still got a lot of work to do. I want to ideally, it would be best to see if I can find some shops here in Germany or here in Europe, that are using these machines, so I can see them in action. So that may be what I do before we go ahead and buy one of these machines. We'll see. There are manufacturers, I know of one, Watsan, for example, that has a dealership in Holland. So I could drive for 6 hours and I could look at their machine here in Europe. That's helpful, obviously. But yeah, I think it would be useful to document this whole process of getting a new machine, and also just answer any questions anybody has regarding machines, right? So I'm by no means an expert with regards to all CNC machinery. I'm an expert with regards to my own machine, right? I know my machine quite well. I ought to. Like I said, I've been using it practically every day for over a decade now. So yeah, I can certainly answer questions regarding that, and I can also go into other things, like if you want to ask me questions about my videos in general, then I could answer this. I could answer those questions with this kind of video too.